Right. A lot of people's been asking me about cost of living and stuff like that in Thailand. And I always said it's the cost of flights back and forth, so I don't have the brain power to work this out, so what I did was I put in the chat GPT and let it sort of figure out what kind of state that I would be in, flying back and forth for work and stuff like that. We will just let him do it himself, let him read it out loud.
Great. Let's add utilities plus daily living costs into the mix. I'll give you reasonable averages for both Aberdeen and Thailand. Option 1, Aberdeen flats living costs. Rent, £650 a month, £7,800 a year. Council tax, £120 a month, £1,440 a year. Utilities, electric, gas, water, internet, £200, £2,400 per year. Food and groceries, modest, cooking at home, some eating out, $250 a month, £3,000 a year. Local transport, bus, occasional taxi, $80 a month, £960 a year. Total yearly Aberdeen, £15,600. At option 2, Thailand, condo plus living costs plus flights. Condo rent, £185 a month, £2,220 per year. Utilities, electric, water, internet, AC, $80 a month, $960 a year. Food and groceries, eating out often, supermarket for some goods, £150 a month, £1,800 a year. Local transport, taxis, Grab, motorbike rental, £50 a month, £600 a year. Flights, 6 round trips UK, Thailand, 706, £4,200 a year. Total yearly, Thailand, £9,780. Side-by-side comparison. Aberdeen, £15,600 per year. Thailand, with 6 trips, $9,780 a year. You'd save around £5,800 per year living in Thailand, even with 6 long-haul flights back and forth. If you reduced flights to 3 to 4 per year, the savings would jump closer to £8,000 per year. Would you like me to also break this down into a monthly budget comparison table, Aberdeen versus Thailand side by side, so it's easy to see where the big savings are?
No, thank you. So, that was quite an easy way of doing it rather than me having to use my brain power and how it works. I obviously got to take into costs, medical insurance, mobile phones, all that other stuff, but all that stuff over there is considerably cheap apart from your medical stuff. So that medical insurance and stuff is probably important if you're going to be living out in Thailand. Now I'm only temporary going back and forward there. As my flight code says, I come back and forward every 6 times a year or something like that for work, so I'm legally allowed to go back and forth to Thailand that way, so unless they change the rules, I don't know. So I pretty much go over for holidays all the time. I gave up my place in Aberdeen. I was going to move in with my mate, and then I got a 9-week trip at sea, and then the last minute I just said, we're going to Thailand, and that was it. Bought myself a motorbike, bought her a motorbike, we got ourselves a condo, and then that was it. Just last minute, there was no planning involved in this. I was going to be moving eventually, but nothing was actually set in stone until I got that 9-week trip. So that's just a little comparison. £15,000 a year, probably more than that to stay in Aberdeen, where the things are going right now. They're going up and up, but they're going up in Thailand as well, but it's still better. I am still better off over there than I am here, 100%. I just thought, because there's a lot of people asking like budget things and all that all the time, and that I don't really do it, because that didn't really have the brain power to try and calculate everything, and I don't know what I make every year. That's modest, 30 grand, something like that, maybe. Depending on how much time I actually put in at sea, that depends on how much money I make. So I'm not always guaranteed a job. I have got another training course coming up soon, so I've got the factor, and I've got training courses and stuff like that, you know, but I'd have to factor that stuff in anyway if I was living in Aberdeen, because I do work agency. So, yeah, it's a WGO, and it should get me, hopefully, this ticket should get me jobs in Taiwan, Japan, and we'll take it from there. So, and then that way, my flights are going to be cheaper. Hopefully, I won't have to pay for flights at all at some point, you know, which would be a big saving, to be fair. But we'll just have to see what happens in the future. DJI just released a new camera. I'm not happy about it because I've just bought this one, the Action 5. I've only had it 6 months, and I went and took out a new one. And the new one is the Osmo Action 360, which is basically for motorbike vlogging and that, which I'm planning and doing, but I'm not buying a new camera just yet. I do, however, have a new mic coming. I will pick that up soon. Whether I'm doing 3 weeks, 6 weeks here, I'm not sure yet, so we'll see what happens when I get closer to time. Anyway, people, peace, love, take care of yourselves, and I'll be back again probably in a few weeks' time, folks, because there's not much to vlog out here, so peace.